I've got the bottom cut now, and I did the exact same thing that I did on the top where I had traced it around. I basically just took the pencil, traced it all the way around, and then cut the pieces. I put it back together to make sure it fits, and I'm happy with all the angles. And then that it's also important just to make sure that it's level, which it is. Perfect. So one tip I would tell you, is before you disassemble it, flip it over and write the word bottom on the underside here, and also put some little mark that tells you which edge goes into the inside. I guarantee after you sand it, you get all your marks off, that when you try to put it back together, it's going to be difficult to remember, which, because they all look the same, right? Which end is up, which end is down, what's inside, what's outside. You'll get it eventually, but it'll save you a little headache if you do that. So that's for decoration. So now I'm going to take it off, sand it to, 220, probably, maybe 300, and then finish it with some water locks, and then be done with it. One thing just on my sanding setup as just a recommendation, something I really like. I've got this Makita half sheet sander. It is amazing. It does a fantastic job of sanding, pretty good job of dust collection. But that, in combination with this sandpaper called Vitex, V-I-T-E-X, this stuff it lasts forever. Right, it is really, really good at sanding. You can really beat it up. This is a pretty old sheet, and then I basically can use it again as an edge sander. So if you get a chance, you're looking for really good sandpaper, this Vitex. I got it from a company called Very Super Cool Tools. They can basically send you a collection of the entire, 80 to 300 grit, but the stuff is just fantastic. V-I-T-E-X. And then I use a Festool hole punch. I cut it in half, right, and then just drop it in here. The Festool hole punch works for Makita perfectly. So that's what I do, and I run it through the series from 80, 100, 120, 150, 180, 220. Just go all the way up. So. Again, the Vitex sandpaper is fantastic. I would highly recommend using that. It's going to be well worth the money compared to the cheaper stuff you can get at the box stores. So at this point, all three have been sanded to, I think I stopped at 220. I didn't actually have any 300 sandpaper. So I've just finished wiping them down with mineral spirits and a lint-free rag. I'll probably do this at least once more, maybe twice, and then I'll finish it with the water locks. One thing I did not mention, and I realized I should have done, is just a recommendation on piece C here. When you have this, round over this edge on both sides just slightly before you put it together. I realized I didn't, and I was trying to fit it. I had a little bit of tear out. That's not going to be seen. It's inside the joint, but it's just not a best practice. So I would recommend before you really try to fit it together, once you cut this, just round over the front and back edge of that slightly so that you don't have any tear out. So they've been wiped off. I'll let them dry out here for a second and then wipe them again and then put the water locks on.